Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by. Before we get into the episode, an apology. As those followers of this series know, right before 4th of July, our air conditioning broke. And because it's 4th of July weekend and we need a new compressor, it's taking a bit longer than expected to get fixed. The issue is, it's been about the mid-90s here, and as a result we have a ton of fans going on, and for whatever reason, when I recorded this episode, my filter didn't catch all the residual background noise, and as a result, there's a hum that I have not been able to get rid of. I noticed it because I sort of noticed these things, and I know it kind of drove me up a wall, and I have to apologize in advance if it drives you up a wall as well. With that said, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. This is the Dafuge Challenge, episode 70, with Enfield Town FC. Well, our form has been pretty good. Good enough to see us in 6th place still after 13 games, which is a promotion spot, but I don't expect that to last. So after Itzabamba was mugged in front of 4,300 fans at Oxford, we were away to Ipswich Town, and we tied them. Hector Ingram had a 6-minute goal, Barry Cousins had a 79th minute goal, Ipswich Town had more shots and more on target. I'm not quite sure what happened with this game. A lot of games that I've played have been a lot of highlights and not a lot of goal scoring. I'm not quite sure what's going on. And I only have key highlights turned on. So after the Ipswich game, we went away to Tranmere and we absolutely thumped them. Barry Cousins had a brace, goals in the 4th and 24th minute. Jack Lee had goals in the 21st and 52nd minutes. Jack Barrett had an own goal for us in the 48th minute, and then he scored his own goal for Tranmere in the 88th minute to ruin the clean sheet. We were very, very foul-y this game. 22 fouls to their 8. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was just the ref being chippy or the guys being chippy. Maybe they were mad that Bamba got fouled and the ref didn't call it. Maybe they thought, hey, that ref didn't call the Bamba foul. Maybe we can go out and foul all we want and not get called as well. And we were proven wrong. It was a good game for us, though. Tranmere's bottom of the table, but they've also been League 1 and League 2 longer than we have, that's for sure. After the Tranmere game, we were away at Rochdale. We absolutely threw this game away. James Doe had a 4th-minute goal for Rochdale. Matthew Cook had a brace of goals, 23rd and 25th minute, and then Thomas O'Connor had an 89th-minute goal. It was a nice goal. They earned it, and I'm glad we escaped with the draw. It just would have been nice to escape with the victory. Both teams were fairly even. Rochdale had a couple more shots and a slight possession advantage, but Matthew Cook has been the absolute signing of the season so far. He's got this niggling injury problem, though, that's starting to annoy me. You know, first it was a damaged heel, and then it was a gashed head. And then a couple games ago, it was a damaged hand. It's just going to be one of those things where, you know, as long as it's niggling injuries like that, we're okay. But anything more than that, I'm going to be kind of up a creek. Next, we were home against Coventry. Good home crowd here. 3,200 home fans to see Tom Ashton score a brace, goals in the 25th and 40th minutes. Mungo Bridge, a 94th minute goal. That was very nice. We had 17 shots, 6 on target. Jack Stacey broke up a clean sheet with a goal in the 43rd minute. Good game for us. After Coventry was Boston United in our check-a-trade game. And we won this game as well. Barry Cousins, a brace of goals, 37th and 76 minutes. Jack Montgomery broke up the clean sheet with a 93rd minute goal that was just, it was stupid how he gave it up. Frankly, Boston United should have gotten more out of this. They were the better team all day. They had 9 shots, 6 on target. They didn't have the possession advantage, but they were moving the ball a lot better than we were. We had 11 shots, 3 on target, a huge possession advantage, but we really didn't do much with it. After that game, we were away at Crewe. And this was an odd game as well. There wasn't a lot going on the field, there was only a couple of highlights, and then most of them were the goals. Aiden O'Brien had a 31st-minute goal to equalize the score after Matthew Cook scored in the 22nd minutes. Rubino scored in the 46th minute. We had our chances near the end of the game. We just couldn't put it together. We were off all game. Passes weren't going exactly where they needed to go. The tackles were a little bit harder. If they weren't hard, they were missed in a couple of cases. And it's hard to put my finger on what happened here. I think we should have gotten more out of this game. But Crew was also third in the league, and so holding him to this sort of performance is a good sign, I think. Then after Crew, Barry came to town, and we thumped them 2-0. Matthew Cook, a 37th minute penalty kick. Tom Collins, a 40th minute penalty kick from just outside the box. He got fouled as he was advancing into the box. A pretty vicious slide tackle. I'm surprised the guy wasn't yellow carded for it at least. But he curled the ball around the wall. It was a very nice goal. But then he followed it up by missing in the 60th minute. Kicked it right at the keeper. We were better across the board than Barry today. 16 shots, 8 on target to their 5 and 1. Their strategy seemed to be we're going to foul and keep fouling, and just it didn't work for them. One of the other things I like about this is our attendance here. Our home attendance was about 3,200. Our home attendance has really started picking up. Matthew Cook picked up a head injury this game, I want to say. No, a hand injury. The head injury was a couple games ago. A hand injury. I think he's just trying to see how many appendages he can injure throughout the course of the season. But he's been an absolute beast for us so far. 16 appearances across all competitions, 8 goals, 8 assists, 2 penalty kick goals, an average rating of 7.36. He's definitely been the free agent signing of the season so far. So today we are playing MK Dons away, and then we're going to be home against Lincoln City. I'm going to set the best 11 against the Dons, and then we'll come back for that game in just a bit. A couple of transfer moves before we get started. Brad Willems and John Barrow both went out on loan to Eastbourne Borough. They are getting first-team playing time there. Willems, I don't think, is going to be with the club that much longer. I've had him listed for a while. I had him listed last season, and no one came in for him. He's a quality player at 4 positions. He's just never really developed the way I thought he could. Some of that could be my fault, the fact that he didn't get a lot of playing time, at least here. But he's had a decent amount of playing time since I brought him on board. He was at Tamworth for the longest time and had a bunch of appearances there. Then he had 45 appearances for Barrow last season and had a good season. He's just never been able to break into the midfield here. This is the guy who's probably going to take his place. John Barrow, who I think has a lot of potential. He just wasn't going to get a lot of first-team playing time here, and sticking him on the under-18s wasn't going to work for me, at least. Eastbourne Borough came in and said, hey, we want him to be a key playmaker or a key player for the squad. And I was like, yeah, sure, no worries. And out he went. We have picked up Timothy Jones, who came across the scouting report. 2.5-star current, 4.5-star potential defensive center back, 21 years old. Pretty good physicals, good mentals, especially where they count. Bravery, positioning, determination. His work rate's excellent. His technicals, they could be better, and they're not exactly horrible where they matter. His marking and tackling are good. He comes in as depth more than anything else. I've been playing him on the other 18s to kind of get him match fit. And then I'm still trying to figure this out. Shane Keeley came across in the scouting report as being available. I scouted him, and he came in as 1.5-star current, 5-star potential. 17 years old, defensive right back. Can also play right wing back and midfielder right. Really good physicals, really nice mentals, especially for being 17. His technicals could use a little help, but his marking and his tackling will only get better with time. I brought him in on trial for 2 weeks. Once I saw how good he was and how good he could be, I signed him to a contract, but he's not going to be here until March. And I'm not quite sure why. He's a free agent. Could be an Irish thing. I don't know. But he's not on any other team at the moment. He's just not going to be here till the 12th of March next year. The plan is to loan him out for a couple of seasons and go from there. No, we are away at MK Dons. They are playing a 4-2-3-1 with Adams in goal, Wood, Cullen Sr., and Brown as the defensive back four. McKieran and Gilby as the midfielders, Adams, Wilson, and Honeyman as the attacking mids, and Nemecha up top as the striker. We're playing our 4-3-3 with Ward in goal, Lavinier, Mitchell, Lee, and Medford Smith as the back four, Archer, Knight, and Collins as midfield three, Bridge, Cousins, and Cook up top as the strikers. We're moving left to right in the yellow. Oh, they've got a slight injury problem. That can be helpful to us. Wood with a throw-in, knocked away, but goes right to Cullen. Wood sends it over to McKieran, to Gilby in the center, up to Wilson, taps it to Nemecha, who runs around the defender and takes the shot, but it goes wide right. Ward with a kick towards Bridge. Now, knocked away. Nemecha has it. Out to Wood, who sends it up to Adams, who got behind the defense. Lee knocks it away, but Honeyman runs it down. He crosses it in. Now, McKieran has it. McKieran? I can't pronounce that name. A lot of good ball moving back and forth. Oh, off the post. Honeyman had a wide open goal, and he knocked it off the post. Corner kick for the Dons. Knocked away by Knight, but Adams has it. Ward with a nice stop. Long kick towards Cook. Cousins out to Bridge. Loses control of the ball, sends it in. Collins is there, off the post as well. Adams has it now. Oh, we're outnumbered. Nemecha. Oh, loses it. Adams is there, but Ward with the save. Some fast-paced action here today. Well, looks like both teams have just had an off game. The Dons have had more shots, but only one on target. Oh, Cook got injured. It seems there can be two things I can be assured of. Cook will score, and in games he doesn't score, Cook will get injured. Medford Smith with the throw-in to Collins. Back to Medford Smith to Knight. I'm not quite sure what that was. He ran after the ball and put a foot on it, went skying over the goal. What's his injury? Oh, I can't tell just yet. Cullen out to Wood, over to Adams, to Wilson. Honeyman up to Wilson. Ward with a nice save. Potential head injury. That's like his second one in a row. Collins is not having the best games. We're going to bring Gallagher on. We're going to bring Green Birch on for Bridge as well. Brown with the ball on the right. Sends it up to Sparks. Crosses it in. Oh, Nemecha with a pretty weak shot. Ward was able to save it. Corner kick in. Ashton all the way out to Medford Smith, who's not really a dribbler by any stretch of the imagination. Ashton Green Birch to Lavinier, crosses it in. Medford Smith back to Green Birch, off the post. It's 3 woodwork saves. Coming up on 80 minutes. Oh, what the heck was that? That was him offsides is what that was. Thankfully. Wilson with the ball, out to Adams, sends it in. Ward kicks it away, that was close. Cousins holding the ball up. Back to Lee, who sends it forward, but no one is there. Cullen has it. Brown sends it back to Adams, who sends it out to Woods on the left. Up to Adams J on the left. Nemecha. Ward with a nice save. Well, he's definitely earned his keep today. He's probably on a 6'9", too. Hey, look at that. He's on a 6'9". God, we both had our chances. 5 minutes extra time. Probably one more highlight. Oh, Ward. That could have been dangerous. Up towards Ashton. Oh, nice first touch. Sends it up. Greenbirch is there. Oh, Adams with a nice save. Some good saves by the keepers today. Last chance. Corner kick in. Knight. Well, knocked out by Oldham. Mitchell runs it down. Sends it back to Knight. Back to Mitchell. To Knight. To Greenbirch. Oh, kicked away. Johnson has it for the Dons. Sparks runs up. Brown with the throw-in, and that is it. A 0-0 draw. Pretty hard-fought, exciting 0-0 draw. Wow. 14 shots, 6 on target for the Dons, 10 shots, 4 on target for us. We had at least 2 woodwork hits. They had at least 2 woodwork hits. This game really could have gone either way. 5 to 7 weeks with a broken jaw. You know what? We'll pay money to have him out 5. I'm okay playing Ashton on the left. Big problem is it's who I have from my under 18 strikers. And my best is this Mannion McLucky guy, who's 2.5 star potential. Might be worth it to see who's out there. But we got a game against Lincoln City in 2 days. Was going to be a mostly rotated side. We'll have to see how that works out. We'll be back with that game in just a bit. Well, today we are home against Lincoln City. Ward is in goal. Bamba, Green, Jones, and Gabriel are the defensive back 4. Collins, Knight, and Archer are the midfield 3. Bridge, Cousins, and Greenbirch up top as the strikers. Lincoln City is playing a 4-4-2 with Prisback in goal. Lenihan, Roberts, Hawkins, and Denton as the back 4. Crow, Westbrook, O'Neill, and Shadipo as the midfield 4. Miller and Lure up top as the strikers. Well, yellow card in the 2nd minute for Denton for Lincoln. That's could be a good thing in our favor. Oh, Bridge with a nice interception. Cousins out to Archer. Over to Collins. Back to Archer. Out to Gabriel, who crosses it in. Not quite sure what was going on there. Everything looked a little jumpy for a minute. Lure has the ball, sends it up to Miller, and his shot goes very high, very wide, and very left. So I moved Bridge over to the left side, where he played last year, and brought in Greenbirch. Simply because, on paper, knock on wood, he's better than Ashton. But I also got a news item that said he hasn't scored the last 14 games, and Denton puts it away off the set piece. So the guy with the yellow card gets the goal. Okay. To be fair, it was a nice goal. And they picked up a 2nd yellow card. Anyhow, it says Greenbirch hasn't scored in 14 games, and it's starting to affect his confidence. So push comes to shove, I can bring Greenbirch off and bring on Ashton. Collins with a goal. Oh, off the post. Off the crossbar, rather. Corner kick in, knocked away. Knight has it to Jones, to Green, who loses it, and that's the end of the highlight. Then Greenbirch picks up a yellow. Well, that makes it easy. Not a good showing. Only 2 shots, 1 on target, and that's with the possession advantage. It's not good, guys. Bridge is going to move back over here and become his advanced forward. Ashton is going to go on for Greenbirch and become a poacher. Yep, moving right to left now. Knight out to Bamba to Green, to Collins. And the highlight ends. Shodipo with the kick into the crowd, knocked away. Oh, it's a penalty. What happened there? Linehan, and he slots it past Ward, who dived the other way. Coming up on 60 minutes. Medford Smith is going to come on for Bamba. Mitchell is going to come on for Gabriel. Archer is not having a good game at all either. Down to a 6-1. Over Collins. Up to Bridge. Oh, loses it, but Archer's there. Taps it back to Knight to Collins. Knight again to Collins. Over to Ashton. Out to Medford Smith. His cross gets knocked away. Out to Crow. Sends it up to Bunn. All alone on the right. He crosses it in. Jones barely dribbles it past Ward. It hit the post and trickled in. Shishua with the goal. Damn. Looks like Jones took Shishua out, but the ball must have hit Shishua and then trickled into the goal, which is why they're crediting it to him. God, Lincoln City's bottom of the table too. That's why I felt comfortable playing a rotated side against them, but guys just aren't doing it. Bunn shot goes high. 10 minutes left in the game. Switch to the overload here, see if we can get something. This possession advantage doesn't count if we can't do anything with it. We're just not doing anything with it. Collins' pass is intercepted. Too many mistakes like that going on. Green runs the ball down. Medford Smith to Collins to Knight. Back to Collins, up to Cousins. He gives it up to Linehan, but he runs it down again, and his shot is just wide right. 6-2, 6-1. Knight lost it in, but can't get there. Runs it down. And that is the game. 3-0 defeat. Wow. Eight shots, 4 on target, 58% possession. Now, to be fair, we're doing better than I expected. We're beating most of the teams we should be beating. We're losing to the teams we should be losing to most of the time. Exceptions are like Lincoln City. We're going to come back for Billericay Town and Wickham. Billericay is our opponent in the FA Cup first round. The Wickham game's our last game of the group stage of the Checkatrade, which I think if we just draw, we win the group, for whatever that's worth. We'll probably have a huge break after that, go up to like the Peterborough game or the Oldham game. But man, that's frustrating. We should have done better against Lincoln. You know, drawing with Dons it's not a failure by any stretch of the imagination. We've beaten some good teams too. I mean, Dons are 8th. Ipswich is near the top of the table. We've drawn with them. I don't know. I mean, I expected us to have a mid-table performance. Actually, I was hoping for a mid-table performance. I just wanted to avoid relegation, and we're doing that. I don't know. You watch games like that last one where we just had too many stupid mistakes. It's frustrating. So, we're going to come back for Billericay and Wickham. Well, I definitely think it is safe to say we are playing to the quality of our opposition. Against better teams, we're playing well. Against worse teams, we're playing worse. Against mid-table teams, our effort comes and goes. The only issue I have with this at the moment is that we've got our FA Cup game and the Check and Trade Trophy games coming up. As much as I bag on the Check and Trade Trophy, winning actually gets you a small amount of money, and frankly, any amount of money this time would be useful, and a really good cup run for us. If we can get to the third or fourth round and get in another away game at a place like Tottenham or someplace like that would be really, really beneficial to us. The Matthew Cook injury roundtable continues. I believe he is injured every extremity on the right side of his body, and he is now out with a broken jaw. If his next injury is somewhere on the left side of his body, I may just throw my hands up and walk away for a day or two. I mean, I'll be back. I love this series. I love where the team is, and I'm having fun doing it. I hope you guys are having fun watching it. Again, I have to apologize for the background hum. I really wish I could have fixed it, but I think I have it taken care of for the next episodes. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave them down below. I'll answer those as fast as I can. My name's FM18. I thank you for watching.